Mark, how's Chris Stokes settled in since you signed him last week?
Yeah, he's fitted in well with the squad. Got some training into him. And, yeah, he's obviously we know all about him. He's an experienced guy. He knows what it takes, and looking forward to working with him.
And not just the experience of having played games, but the experience of having won promotions as well. How important is that? I mean, could he be a leader?
I think you're hoping so. But you never really know until they come into the building. That's certainly why we went for Chris over another couple of targets that we had. But we've signed some players in defensive positions that we thought would be leaders, and it's not turned out to be like that. So I'm certainly hoping with Chris, with his CV and having one promotion, will turn out to be like that.
And obviously there's a battle on down the left-hand side now, presumably for him and Nathan McGinley. How well has Nathan actually done for you playing in a different position to the one he played most of last season?
He's played a lot of games at left back, when he was at Middlesbrough and at Wickham. So yeah, he's done okay. We've not had a great run of form. We did okay last week. We should have won the game, but we conceded 2 poor goals defensively. So that's something that we need to put right.
Overall, though, last week a step in the right direction. Do you need to keep taking small steps in the right direction to sort of keep that progressing rather than maybe giant strides, if you like?
I think that it's important that we had to get something last week, and it was important that the players didn't focus too much on the result. They focused on getting a performance individually and collectively to get that belief back, and that starts with working hard. And if we do that, we have got some quality. So they worked tremendously hard last week. They were committed to the cause, and we created some really good chances.
And belief and confidence, do they come back at different rates for different players? I imagine someone like Houdin Bailey, after that goal last week, is absolutely flying.
Yeah, the only way you get your confidence back is by winning games and playing well, or playing better than you have been. There's no medicine you can take, or amount of talking, or whatever you want. There's no other recipe for success for lack of confidence and belief than winning games.
But can one or two who've not lost that, can they sort of drag some of the others through?
That's what you're hoping. Like you say, you start with a point, and then you try and get another result, and try and get another one, and build a run. And before you know it, you're back. Everybody's feeling great.
Walsall have lost the last 3 after a pretty much improved run of form. How much better are they than they were, say, 3 or 4 months ago?
I think it's difficult to know what you're going to come up against, because the league is so up and down. It's you play a team one week that are supposedly struggling and they play really well and turn you over, and then you play a team that are not going really well and you turn them over. So it's everybody's beating everybody, and we've got to try and focus on ourselves. We've got to try and put a little run together.
Is it almost the footballing equivalent of musical chairs? Whoever's in the position when the music stops?
I think so. I think that'll continue right to the end of the season. So we've got to make sure we stay in and around it. If we can get to the last 5 games in with a shout, then we'll be okay.
Of 1 or 2 players who played in the trophy game at Walsall, might they have a point to prove if they're involved on Saturday?
No. It's a long way off. It was a totally different game. We played a young team, a really inexperienced team with a couple of first team players, so that should have no bearing on Saturday.
Joe Mills and Liam Shepherd obviously have been out injured. How are they progressing?
Slow. Shepherd will be, after his scan, he'll do well to play again this season, and Joe Mills is still another month away.
I mean, that's a real blow with Liam Shepherd, because you thought it would be a month, maybe 6 weeks tops, didn't you?
Yeah, he's had a scan. I think they're talking about 6 or 7 weeks from his scan, which was this week. So that takes you 10th, 15th of April, and then he's got to try and rehab after that. So it's a big ask for him, but if he can do it, I'm sure he will.